recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivia Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivia Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as the Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out of me. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivia Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan, and I am here today with my man, Ben. Hello, Ben.
Good afternoon.
Ben.
Yes.
Annually, we have started doing something that is literally always, both times we've done it so far, has been one of my top 2 or 3 favorite episodes each year.
Wow. That's awesome.
It is that time of year again. We are now embarking on a recording of our 2019 Black History Month episode.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Dude, I'm pumped. So excited. I love these episodes.
Yep.
And not only am I excited about just the episode, but last year's champions are returning.
Oh.
Kantaad and Jennifer are here with us. Kantaad and Jennifer, hello.
Hey. Hey, how you doing?
Welcome back. We loved you so much the first time. I was just listening to it again like earlier this week, and I was listening to Kantaad sing, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh, no.
Oh, so good. And we're joined by a new team, some new challengers.
Oh.
We have Kenya Hitchens and Greg Johnson teaming up today. Hi, Kenya. Hi, Greg.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. I want to get to know all of you better, so we will start with Kenya. Kenya, tell us where you're from, what you do, and tell us something fun about yourself.
Okay. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, born and raised. I know no accent. It's okay. I work in medical administration, which is a little detour off of my career path for now, but it's all good. And something fun about myself, I am actually a member of American Mensa, which I'm hoping won't come back to bite me in the butt at the end of this quiz by putting that out there.
You just intimidated everybody else, though. Everybody else on the screen is like, it's like that. Very cool. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Jennifer, your turn. Remind everybody where you're from, what you do, and tell us something fun about yourself.
Well, as I mentioned last year, I am originally from Chicago. I currently live in Wichita, Kansas.
Go Wichita!
Well, bornest place on earth.
Oh, we love Wichita here at Trivial Warfare. We have great listeners there.
You know, I like it here. It's good. I will mention one thing. Y'all might notice me moving my glasses back and forth up, and that's because this year I had cataract surgery.
Oh.
So I can see without my glasses, but I can't. But I still need reading glasses, so don't think that I'm being weird. So there you go.
Man, I bet that's a blessing, though. What a great thing to get rid of cataracts.
Actually, it kind of backfired on me because they put the lenses in that allow me to see far away now. But I'm so used to everything being up close, so I can't enjoy some of my normal activities like reading and stuff like that.
That's interesting. Catch-22.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, Greg Johnson, you're joining us for the first time. Tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
So I am from Aiken, South Carolina, originally also from New Orleans, Louisiana. I am a software developer, and something interesting about myself, I think it's interesting, but I guess maybe not everybody. I've been a big fan of professional wrestling for over 25 years now. So it's been quite a bit of my life for the last, couple of decades. So I find wrestling interesting. So that's the interesting part about me.
So your profile picture literally has the WrestleMania background in the background. So you were you went to New Orleans for WrestleMania like last year or the year before?
Yes, I went. I guess it was just the most recent WrestleMania. I was able to drive down to New Orleans. It was a best of both worlds, be able to go back to my birthplace, get some food, and also see some fine professional wrestling.
That is fabulous, man. I want to go to New Orleans to eat. If I wasn't so fat, I'd have an eating vacation where I just travel different places to eat.
Road trip, baby.
Chicago and New Orleans are on that list.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
All right. Last but not least, Mr. Kantaad. Hey, leave Adrian Brody alone. Kantaad Svendsgaard. What's up, my man?
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Great.
I am good.
Remind us where you're from, what you do, and tell us something fun about yourself.
Well, I am originally from Oakland, California. Missed the Bay Area. Haven't been back in a while. I've lived for the last 20-odd years in New York, Brooklyn, New York. And I am, during the day, an IT technician, and I like to do various different things. I'm married to my wife Gloria. I like to hang out. I like to do comedy. I like video games.
Love it. I got to tell you, man, I was disappointed earlier this year when I visited New York City and you didn't come see me. I'm just saying, I was in your town. You didn't come, but that's fine. That's fine. That's cool.
I think I must have been meeting with the president or something at the time. Because that's the only thing.
Good answer. Good answer.
Oh, looking forward. You're going to be in Vegas in March?
I definitely going to be there. I cannot wait.
Awesome.
Looking forward to it.
We're going to get to hang out. It'll be good. All right, Ben. It's our Black History Month episode. You're large and in charge. Yep. I'm taking a back seat. Take it away.
Thanks. All right, so we're going to start with warming up Chris question.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
So today, I'm telling you, I've been looking forward. First of all, I've just been looking forward to this episode for a long time, particularly this warm it up Chris. All right. So, Jonathan, you actually could participate in this.
Oh, good.
So what I did was I was flipping through my yearbook. This would be my 10th grade yearbook. And I was looking at all of the very interesting names of a lot of my classmates as I went to a predominantly black high school. And so I actually wrote down 20 names of some of my classmates from the class of 1993, 4, and 5. And I want you to tell me, as I read you their first name, does this name have a tie to either an etymological root, right? So does the name derive from something etymological, or does it reference something in history, or was it completely made up by their mama? All right.
Is it a reference or is it made up?
That's right. So is it a reference or is it made up? And we're going to start with Jonathan.
Oh, great.
All right. Jonathan,
yes.
You get Aquivia. And it is spelled Aquevea.
Aquivia. I mean, like there's things called aquifers. It's related to water. I'm going to say it's based on something real.
Her mama made it up.
Oh, man.
Completely made up. All right.
Bad start, Jonathan. Bad start.
I know. All right. I think I'm going to save the ladies for last. So, Greg, you're next. Your name is Cressel. Chresal.
I'm going to say made up.
His mama made that up.
Nice.
And the fun fact about Cressel actually, I'm from Mobile County, Mobile, Alabama. Y'all from New Orleans know exactly where that is. And Cressel actually became the first African-American superintendent of the public school system in Mobile County. So he is quite famous there.
Oh.
All right. Kantaad, your name is Davarus. Davarus.
Davarus. I'm going to say that Davarus is Also made up.
Tavares is made up. Good
They're
job.
in a row.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, these are alphabetical order. I'm trying to spoil the game theory.
Oh, all right.
All right. Jennifer, your name is Dejazmach. Dejazmach.
Man.
I'm gonna say that's real.
Dejazmach is Ethiopian for commander of the gate.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I thought it was written. I thought that was named by somebody who was a D-Jazz fan.
That's what I was thinking.
A fan of D-Jazz.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Especially with the New Orleans.
It was a
style.
Jamaican
That
jazz
worked
fan. They like D-Jazz, man.
Not Dejazmach. All right. Kenya, your name is Fatima. Fatema.
That's real. That's a basis, and that's got a root. Like I think Ethiopian or something.
Fatima is Arabic for captivating.
Definitely.
All right. Jonathan, your name is Jacinda. Jacinda.
That's real. That's got a basis.
All right. It is Spanish for hyacinth.
Yes. Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
For a plant, a flower.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Greg, your name is Jashana. Jashanna.
Feels like I'll say that's made up.
Jashana means celebration. It is real. All right.
Was that the first miss?
No, I missed the first one. Aquavius.
Yep. All right. Kantaad, your name is Jokshan. Jokshan.
First, I just want to say how much I appreciate this warming it up, Chris, by the way.
Thank you.
Being named Kantaad, and my middle name is Hoopachu. And my last name is Svendsgaard. So,
look at Kenya. Look at Kenya.
I'm really like, enjoying this.
So Hoopachu, not to be confused with some jobber named Hooventu.
No. It's more like a question. It's like, who put you in charge?
Yes.
My brain immediately thought Pikachu, and then I couldn't shake that. And it just
So I appreciate the jokes, and I have heard them all.
Kantaad didn't laugh at all.
So anyway, Jock, pronounce that again, Jokshan.
Jokshan, Jokshan.
Jokshan. I'm gonna say that is made up.
Jokshan is a biblical character.
Really?
Oh.
So Abraham in the Bible, after Sarah died, he married another woman named Keturah when he was 140 years old, and he had 6 children with her. And Jokshan was one of his sons.
I thought some dude named Sean wanted his kid to be a jock, so he just called him Jokshan.
All right. Jennifer, your name is Kantaad. Kennard.
I thought you were saying Kantaad. I was like, okay, that's real.
The tests.
Thank you.
I'm going to say that's made up.
Kantaad is an Old English name that means royal protector.
Oh.
All right. Kenya, your name is Liego. Liego.
I'm going to guess it's real.
Liego comes from his mama who made it up.
Oh.
Back on it.
You know, it's funny, though. It did appear in advertising campaigns.
What?
Liego my ego. Look at them all shaking their head at me.
So bad.
So corny.
I regret letting you be involved in this. All right.
Dad joke.
All right. Jonathan, yours is Lunathia.
Oh, yes.
Lunathia.
I mean, there's a Luna kind of base to it, but I think Mama made it up.
Mama did make it up.
Yes, I got one.
All right. Greg, yours is Malika. Malika.
I'll say that's real.
Malika is Arabic, meaning queen.
Oh, well, a nice name. It's pretty.
Oh, yeah. Kantaad, your name is Norvie. Norvie.
Norvie. I'm going to go with made up.
Mama made it up. Good job.
Now, Ben,
all right.
Ben, let's have a moment here. Did y'all pick on Norvie? Really? Because that's a name right there. That seems like ripe for being picked on.
Norvie was a very attractive female, so no, she didn't get picked on much, especially by the guys.
Never got picked on.
I don't know.
Hit on.
Never
maybe. Picked on.
Yes.
All right.
So, Jennifer, your name is Shaniqua.
Got me.
That could go either way. 'Cause, I'm going to say it's made up.
Shaniqua means God is gracious. It's real.
Okay, really?
Yep. So, Kantaad was singing a song called Shaniqua. This name was actually the inspiration for this. Originally, I was going to do a warm it up, Chris, around names, ghetto female names found in songs, but there are far too many of those to make it to an intelligent warm it up, Chris question. So we switched to this instead.
There's a Shekinah. I know that's a whole worship movement.
It's a Hebrew name. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kenya, yours is Shunovia. Shunovia.
I feel so lost.
This is not probably one of your American mental test questions.
No. I'm going to guess that's real.
Shinovia comes from her mom, who made it up.
Oh.
All right, last round.
Okay.
Jonathan, you get Tanganyika.
I mean, Tangiers is the name of a city. Made it up.
Tanganyika is a lake in Central Africa.
Ah!
All right. Greg, you get Toki. Tokie.
Toki and Novi were good friends?
I think so, actually. She was also a very attractive female, so probably.
I'll say that's real.
Toki is Japanese for filled with hope.
Nice.
All right. Kantaad, you get Twala. Twalla.
I'm going to say that is based on reality.
Twala comes from the Greek root her mom because she made it up. So Twala, actually, I was actually good friends with Twala, and she had an older sister named Sharmila, which is also made up.
I worked with a Sharmila.
Oh,
you said Sharmila, same thing.
I didn't include Sharmila because I figured that it was close enough to be a derivative of Carmela, so I left it out.
Or Charlemagne.
Well, this was an S. It started with an S.
And?
Well, whatever. It was close enough to leave out.
There you go.
There you go. So, Jennifer, you get Tywund. Tywund.
That sounds made up, but I'm going to say it's real.
Tywund is made up.
Oh, it sounded made up because it was.
Of course.
That's right. Good logic there.
Yep.
All right. And last one, Kenya, you get Yukania. Yuacania.
Let's see. Eucania. I'm going to say it's real.
Yukania is made up.
It sounds like the name of a ship that got sunk in World War II.
It does, doesn't it?
It's like USS Yukania.
Like Yukon, or maybe like a Mexican route,
right?
Or yeah. By the way, can I tell you guys something real quick?
Yeah.
Has to do with this round in Mensa. So I went to all through elementary and high school with some girls with some different names, and one of them was a girl named Iju Havna. So you don't forget a name like that. So years later, I am at a Mensa annual gathering in Fort Worth, Texas, and I meet a woman named Tayem, and we get to talking, and turns out she's from New Orleans. Oh, great, I'm from New Orleans. We grew up in the same neighborhood. It's pretty cool. She's a couple years older than me, so she's like, well, we probably didn't go to school together, different grades. She goes, but you're about the same age as my sister. I said, what's your sister's name? She said, Iju Havna.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow, this is a small world.
It sure is.
Yeah. No way there's two people with that name. There's no way.
Funny.
Awesome. All right. So our teams today are going to be Jennifer and Kantaad, our reigning champions, versus newcomers Kenya and Greg. And it is time to play the game.
Players! Oh, yeah. You know what time it is. This is Mr. Warm It Up himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia yumminess. 3 questions per round. Every right answer will get you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all of those points that you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions that we get to call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
Round 1, question 1 is in Chappelle's Show.
Chappelle's Show?
Your question is simply, what did the 5 fingers say to the face?
We'll lock in.
Lock in.
Okay, Jennifer, my friend. If memory serves me, this is the famous Rick James sketch, and I don't remember 100%, but I think it said slap, which would make sense, right?
I did not watch the Chappelle Show, so I can't help you with this one. But
all right,
it makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's the joke. I'm pretty sure I remember that, but it's just a little vague, so I'm not 100% thunder on that one. But we'll lock it in. I guess we'll lock in slap.
All right. Greg,
all right. And we said slap too.
Yeah. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded. Correct answer is slap.
Easiest 10 points I've ever written down right there.
I figure we'll ease into the game.
Right?
All right. Round 1, question 2. Your category is churrin.
It's what?
Churrin. Chirren. Churrin.
All right.
All right. What is the name of Barack Obama's youngest daughter?
You want to lock in, Jennifer?
Yeah, we can lock in.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay, so they're locked in, so we can talk. Her name is Natasha, but she goes by Sasha. They call her Sasha, but her name's Natasha.
Okay, we can go for the official name.
Okay, lock it in.
Okay.
Yeah, we went with the other one. I'm not sure which one is the younger one, so we went Malia.
Well, Malia is actually 19 years old. Sasha's 17, so Sasha is the correct answer. I will accept either Natasha or Sasha. Those are both her names.
So I got a little mixed up myself.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. No, I knew it was like a Mullah kind of name, but the first name that popped into my head was Maleficent.
Yeah, that's totally not her name.
I'm like, Mala. No, that's not right.
Yeah, no, it's totally not right. Thanks for sharing that, though.
Ain't no problem.
Appreciate that. Your last question around is in literature.
Literature.
And we're going to stay in the Obama family. What is the title of Michelle Obama's best-selling 2018 memoir?
My mom's going to kill me.
Oh, I hope not.
My mom bought this book. She showed me the book. She said, you should buy this book. This book is excellent. This book is wonderful. I'm looking at the book.
I know. I can.
Well, don't look at the book. That'd be cheating.
No, just like in my mind, it's blue. It's blue.
Don't worry. I know it for sure. I have 100%.
She forgot she had a teammate. The answer has literally been sitting there for like 3 minutes.
I'm for Benson. I don't need any help.
Thanks, Greg.
No problem.
Sorry for that. I'm sitting here and tearing my hair out, and Greg is just like. Okay, you guys are locked in?
No, they're not locked in yet.
Well, then
we can lock in.
Locked in.
All right, they're locked in. Okay, Kantaad and Jennifer.
So, Jennifer, you got any recollection? I've seen it before, but I just can't think of the name myself.
I believe it's Becoming.
Becoming what? Or
that's all I can think of is Becoming Michelle. I don't know.
You know what? That's better than anything I could think of right now, because I just don't know. So let's just go with that. Becoming Michelle. Sounds good.
So you're locking in with
Becoming Michelle.
Greg and Kenya?
So I actually had my mom ordered this on Amazon, and she has some issues with it being delivered. And I remember having discussions with her about she was venting frustration about the book Becoming not arriving. And I think we locked in with just Becoming.
Oh,
All right. Correct answer is becoming.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
So close.
Yeah,
So close.
it's funny that Amazon would have a problem with that because the book be coming soon.
It don't be coming.
It don't be coming. No, I thought it'd be coming.
I thought it'd be coming too, but it ain't coming. Yeah, Michelle is stunning on the cover of that book. By the way, she's absolutely stunning. All right, score check.
Score check after the first round. 30-10. Greg and Kenya are in the lead.
Ooh.
All right, that is the end of the first round. And before we go on to round number 2, I'm going to let you know that today's show is sponsored by HelloFresh. We are proud to be going into our 3rd year of advertising with HelloFresh. They're a great company, and it's a great partnership. You guys know what HelloFresh is. It is a meal kit delivery service. They bring a box of food right to your door as many times as you want. They shop, they plan, they get it right to you. They pre-measure their ingredients. All you have to do is cook it, eat it, and you're going to enjoy it. You get simple recipes, right? They're seasonal. They're always changing. You're getting to try new stuff. And I'm telling you, it makes it so easy when you know it's pre-measured and pre-packaged. You can get it all done in 30 minutes. You can use HelloFresh to get out of that rut. You know, when you're just baking the same 3 things every week and everybody likes it, but they're kind of tired of it. HelloFresh is a great way to break out of that and start cooking outside of your comfort zone until you realize that your comfort zone has been holding you back, and you can do it. You can discover new recipes. You can make delicious food. You can make conquering your kitchen a reality in 2019 with deliciously simple recipes. Speaking of simple recipes, I tell you, I was never a meatloaf fan until I started getting HelloFresh. I did one they called Meatloaf a la Mom. And now it had roasted carrots and potatoes, which were great sides, but the star of the show was the meatloaf. It was a thick cut. It was brushed. You had a kind of a ketchup glaze, and there was a herby thyme gravy on it. And I'm telling you, it's exciting because as somebody who never cooked, as somebody who kind of felt like they couldn't cook, it's not hard. And it made me realize that I can cook, and I can make things like meatloaf that are delicious. And you can make things like meatloaf that are delicious too. You can take advantage of HelloFresh's special offer for 2019 right now. You can get $80 off your first month by going to HelloFresh.com/TWA80 and entering the promo code TWA80. Special offer for 2019. You can get $80 off your first month by going to HelloFresh.com/TWA80 and entering promo code TWA80. Now is the time to give it a try. You won't regret it. All right, let's get started with the second round of today's game.
Second round, first question is in wrestling.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, you.
Well, I hope you know, Kantaad. Yeah, I may not be no help on this one.
All right.
Well, that's 2 of us.
Here's a biography. I was an All-American nose guard at Florida State early in Bobby Bowden's career, and later became the first recognized black wrestler to become the world heavyweight champion. Who am I?
We might be locked in.
We're locked in. We're locked in.
All right. Greg says you're locked in.
I have no clue.
Yeah, wrestling's not my forte, nor is wrestling.
No name of any African American wrestlers besides The Rock?
Junkyard Dog? I'm trying to think. I have no idea. I'm ashamed of myself. I can't think of any obvious names. None are jumping out at me.
Bet my grandmother would know. She loved wrestling.
So would my grandmother.
Grandmas have good taste,
apparently.
Want to just go with Junkyard Dog?
Yeah, I don't think he was a champion, but I could be wrong. Let's go with Junkyard Dog.
All right, Greg and Kenya.
I believe he beat Vader in '92 to win the title. We're talking about Ron Simmons.
Correct answer is damn. Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons is
He's the one that said, damn.
He is the one that says that.
Says damn.
Yeah, yes. I should have known the answer to that one. What did y'all say that?
Yep, he's the guy. All right. Your last question around, your category is, girl, that's my song. So I'm going to read you some song lyrics, all right? And I want you to give me the name of the song.
Are you going to murder a hit?
No, I can't murder this one.
Oh.
It's too difficult.
Oh.
All right. So name this 1997 song, which snagged #1 on the R&B chart as well as a Grammy win. Okay. Here's your lyrics. If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. Most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same.
It sounds so familiar.
Okay, we're locked in.
All right.
The name of the artist or the song?
The song.
The song. It sounds so familiar to me. And this is going to be one of those, when I hear it, I'm going to be upset at myself. I'm picturing Lauryn Hill singing one of her songs, and it sounds kind of like a Lauryn Hill song to me. Or conversely, it sounds like it could be like a Michael Jackson song. two different musical acts, that's for sure.
When did Erykah Badu, I can't say her last name, when did she come out? I mean, when did...
Erykah Badu?
Badu, thank you.
The 90s, but I'm not sure when. But she reminds me of the 90s.
It sounds like one of her songs, but I can't think of the name of it. I hate when I got something in the back of my brain and I can't pull it out. Come on.
Oh, that sounds so familiar. Dang it.
I hate song lyrics. Well, because I can't, you hear the song, but you...
Yeah. Oh.
On and On?
Oh, wait a minute.
Is it On and On by Erykah Badu?
I have a completely different idea, which could be wrong. When did Kanye come out? Because now I'm thinking of that song, Jesus Walks.
That didn't come out till the later 2000s.
All right, then
because I'm pretty sure we was in Wichita for several years before that came out. Because we moved here in like 95, and Kanye definitely wasn't out then.
Yeah, then I'm not sure at all. So
wanna go with On and On?
Sure, let's go with it. Lock in. On and On.
On and On. Erykah Badu.
All right.
Locked in.
Greg and Kenya?
All I'm going to say is this, that if this answer is correct, then I'm going to reference a recent show where it's like, this is the part of the show where the brain stops working and, and the answers start mysteriously appearing from the other end. Because how in the world did y'all pull that
out? If that's right, I owe that to my son because he loves Erykah Badu.
Well, we hope it's right because that's what we said as well. We said On and On.
Ooh.
All right. If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. Most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same. Oh, on and on, and on and on.
On and on.
That's the correct answer. Let me tell you. I cannot tell you how challenging it is to read those lyrics without in the cadence, without giving the cadence of the song. That's very hard. That's why I didn't want to try to murder it, because I was afraid I would give the cadence away.
I honestly think with lyrics questions, like 3 notes from the song would be easier to come up with the answer than 10 lyrics. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
You named that tune.
Jennifer, thank you so much, because I was
actually,
going
my
to
son was just listening to that song last week.
Oh,
that's the only reason why it came to my mind.
I thought Kantaad was going to pull you away again, like he did with Martin Luther King Jr.'s name.
I still remember that.
John instead of Michael. I thought he was going to pull you away again.
Why you bring it up, old? All right, score check.
Wait. That was only the second question, wasn't it?
I skipped a question. Holy crap. Thank you. I totally
got them written down, dude.
I totally skipped one. So your third question in the round that's supposed to be your first question of the round is in Disney.
Oh.
Loretta Devine voices Hallie on the TV show Doc McStuffins. Hallie is a stuffed version of what animal?
I'm locked in.
You're not playing.
Well, I'm locked in on this one.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, I'm just going to say out loud what I'm thinking. Disney is what I just typed. Disney is not my jam. Like, I know who Loretta Devine is. I know who Halle Berry is. I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, I got the wrong Hallie there.
That's the only Halle I know. That's the only Halle I recognize.
Right.
I think we're locked in.
All right. So, Kenya and Greg, you can talk this one out.
Okay.
All right.
So given who Loretta Devine is, like her personality, she is kind of the stereotypical like sassy black woman. And so I'm thinking it's going to be some kind of animal that, you know, has that personality, maybe like an elephant, an elephant, a hippo, and I'm just trying to think of like what could, you know, because I'm thinking stuffed animals, so something that's going to be bigger as opposed to a little skinny little animal, and then maybe something that's got like mad personality. Like, but I'm pulling at straws. I have never seen this show. I'm just thinking something with attitude. Cats have attitude. I know mine does.
Indeed, they do.
It's really a stab in the dark. Do you have any familiarity with the show at all?
None.
Okay. So given that I just saw my cat walk across, I'm going to take that as an omen. I would venture cat.
That works. That works for me.
We're locking in with cat to end our misery. Final answer.
All right. Kantaad and Jennifer?
Well, Jennifer, you can go ahead and give this one because I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, young people. I don't know if any of y'all got kids, but I do have a 3-year-old grandson, and so I have watched this show with him. And if I remember correctly, she is a hippopotamus.
So
right.
We locked in with hippo.
All right. So, Kenya, your initial logic was great for not having seen the show.
Good.
You were so close. Hallie in his.
And you didn't see my face when she said hippo.
I know.
So if it's Disney,
she had you sweating.
Anytime you get Disney, alliteration is the way to go if you're going to guess.
Yep.
She is Hallie the hippo.
And you were right. I mean, sassy black woman.
Absolutely.
Yes.
She is the nurse.
She was right on it when she said big personality, and she said elephant and hippo.
And hippos, because hippos are definitely dangerous.
Should have stuck with my first mind on it, but oh well. It was a total guess. We've never seen this, so oh well.
All right, at the end of the second round, it is 50-30. Greg and Kenya have maintained their lead.
All right. Your third round begins with a question with a category of, that's just my baby daddy.
You gave that some rhythm. That sounded like a chorus.
Well, that's a song.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is a chorus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, never mind. I didn't know.
I just had to put a little bit of ratchet in that song, okay? So, the music video for B-Rock's song, My Baby Daddy, opens with what repetitively named comedian wearing a shower cap and eating chips while watching the Tricky Lake Show?
Wow. Everybody's so quiet. Nobody
We've all got our thinking caps on and trying desperately not to resort to the bag of nothing.
I thought it was a jar of nothing.
Yeah, we upgraded to a jar. Chris is suing for copyright infringement.
You know it's no good when somebody uses punctuation in the middle of a 2-word sentence.
Yeah. Told you, I'm kidding.
Yeah. 2-word sentences aren't supposed to have a period in the middle.
Yeah,
of them.
no, that's not a good sign.
That's a bad open.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we can lock in.
Okay.
She looking at you like, what?
This is one of those locking in with about 30% confidence.
All right. So, Kantaad and Jennifer.
I am not familiar with this whatsoever anyway. Haven't seen it. It seems like I should be familiar with a repetitively named comedian, though. You would think, but that's not coming to me. Jennifer, nothing?
Please. I'm like, no.
Now, It sounds like it's probably something. Maybe it's something made up because it's, the Tricky Lake. I mean, that's a made up name based on a real name. So maybe it's a made up name that's repetitive. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're saying either.
Did you see the punctuation in my?
I have no clue. So we might as well make something up.
Big bag of nothing. Canadian big bacon. How about that?
So, yeah, that's fine.
His name is Bacon Bacon.
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 Shaking bacon. I don't know.
Shaking bacon.
That's we'll go
Shake
with.
bacon.
It's evolving.
All right, shaking bacon. All right.
His name just keeps getting longer and longer.
Greg and Kenya.
So the only repetitive name comedian I could think of was Bruce. I'm not sure if that's too early.
Kantaad's face. Oh my god.
But yeah, we locked in with Bruce.
All right. Correct answer is Bruce.
Nice job.
So, homework for all of you. You need to watch this music video. It's incredible. It's your classic, like, Miami bass music party. It's just your classic video. He's talking on the phone with his girl. He hears a dude in the background. He keeps asking her, who that is at your house. You're like, that's just my baby daddy. And that's the whole premise of the song. And Bruce at the end of the video was like, yeah, us men could be slick too. My ex-girlfriend paying me child support. We ain't got no kids. It's hilarious. So funny.
Kantaad's mad because he's done comedy. He's like, that's my wheelhouse.
And I've heard of Bruce. I should have remembered Bruce. I'm hurt.
I tell you what, if you eat some bacon, you'll feel better.
That's true.
I'm telling you. I think I'm hurt. That's leading. That's in the lead for the show title now. I'm hurt.
Heart attack.
Nice.
All right. So your second question around is in TV. What South African comedian has been the host of Comedy Central's The Daily Show since 2015?
We can lock that one in.
Yeah. You guys maybe want a 3, 2 on it?
Ooh.
I mean, I'm down.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Trevor Noah.
Dude, that was so slow, but okay.
Correct answer, Trevor Noah. Good job.
She's like, Trevor Noah, and he's like, Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah.
That's right.
Bruce.
Bacon. Just repetitive round today.
I like it.
All right. Your last question for the midpoint is in aviation. Bessie Coleman became the first black woman to receive a pilot's license, which she obtained in what country?
I thought the question was going to be Bessie Coleman, and I got happy. And then I realized it wasn't. Oh, well.
You know, I work in aviation, right?
I did.
No pressure, black woman working in aviation. It's a question about a black woman who was in aviation.
Our 4 founders represent.
Kansas seems like a good place to have like a lot of aviation stuff going on.
Wind,
and it's nice and flat, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just easy to land.
Call it Air Capital.
There you go.
All right, we're locked in.
All right, so Jennifer and Kantaad, y'all can talk it out. So I'm looking at Kantaad's face and the lack of chatter on their on their Facebook chat. It's like, I'm out.
I've heard of Bessie Coleman.
I have to.
Haven't heard of where she learned to fly. Didn't she also have some other accomplishment, like first to fly the English Channel or something like for first African American? Is she African American? I don't even know. Dang it. This is not my day.
She was one of the Golden Girls, obviously.
Obviously.
But I feel like if it was United States, that would be too easy and obvious.
No, it had to be somewhere outside the United States. That I'm pretty sure. I don't think she would have been given that opportunity here.
So my first instinct was something, either France or the UK, like somewhere in Europe.
Actually, I was thinking France. I was thinking France also.
Well, then, if we were both kind of thinking it, let's go with France.
France, locked in.
Locked in.
All right.
Okay, yeah, the first country that came to mind when I heard the question was France, and I can't pinpoint to the exact I don't have an argument for it. It's just the first country that came to mind, and I think there's some reason why I'm associating France with her, so we went with France.
Correct answer is France.
Woo-hoo!
Nice job. Both teams got it right.
So I have asked a question about Bessie Coleman on the show before. So she was the first African American to obtain it, but she also is of Native American descent. And so when I asked the question, I said, who was the first woman of Native American descent? Because she fits both of those criteria.
At the end of the third round, Greg and Kenya are having a great game. They've only missed one question. They have 80 points.
Ooh.
Kantaad and Jennifer are right behind them. They have 50 points. It is 80-50.
All right. All right, so your midpoint question category is, apparently you can count on a black quarterback.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
So for those who have not heard the reference, just to let you know where this category came from, after week 1 of the NFL season, I think Deshaun Watson made like a boneheaded play at the end of the game that cost the Texans the game. And there was a school superintendent who was on a Facebook group, and he made a comment saying that ultimately when the game's on the line, you can't count on a black quarterback.
Oh, my
And he thought it was a private group, and it was not. And
he was brilliant.
And he subsequently retired about 6 days after he made the comment.
By force, I would hope.
Yeah, he resigned. Well, he had 42 years in, so he's probably retirement age anyway, but that kind of sped up his retirement
You
plan.
don't deserve to get to say I'm retired.
Well, it says he resigned was the official thing, but so
right.
Yeah. All right. So I have a list of 7 retired black quarterbacks who, as of January 2019, are in the top 100 in passing yards. Okay. For 4 points each, name 5 of them, and I'll give you 1 bonus point for the additional 2 that you can name.
Okay.
You can't say Trevor Noah again, Kantaad.
Bacon.
When is this list as of?
This month, January 2019.
She's trying to figure out when Bacon retired.
Bacon is popular, but I don't think he really has it in the numbers.
Oh, here's a flash in the pan. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Somebody.
Wow.
That was so good.
Wow.
So good.
That was good, though. I ain't gonna lie.
This is one of those frustrating ones where I know more, and it's just not coming to me. Oh! There's still one that's not coming to my brain that is really annoying that I can't think of it.
Because of Peyton Manning. Walter Peyton Manning is going to be the best quarterback ever. He can run and throw.
Hey. Throw the ball, run, and catch it.
He got
Walter Peyton Manning sounds like a fancy football team name.
Right? That's solid.
That's probably where I'm making the connection. I'm thinking about Peyton Manning.
Okay, I think we are locked in.
All right, Greg and Kenya are locked in.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, Jennifer, I think we have 7 here. Let me just make sure.
Do we want to go with, though?
Yeah, that's the question. But which 2 do you want to go bonus? I think we should go with Kaepernick as a bonus because I don't know if he plays long enough because certain people won't let him play.
What about one of the other 4 that you named? Williams, Newton, Wilson, and Cunningham.
Yeah, so I don't know how long Doug Williams played. So I might actually put him as a bonus and then go with Newton, Wilson, Cunningham, and Vic as the 5.
Man, that's 4.
Cam Newton. I'm sorry, let's do last names. Newton with Wilson, with Cunningham, Vic. You're right, that is 4. Oh, McNair. and McNair as our 5.
And then Kaepernick and Williams as a bonus.
Yeah.
All right. Greg and Kenya.
Okay. For our main answers, we said Warren Moon, Steve McNair. Oh, sorry. Well, we said Moon, McNair, Cunningham, McNabb, and Williams.
Okay.
And then for our bonus, we had Vic and Newton.
Are you doing it where they get credit for the ones they named as their main answer and bonus for the bonus?
I'm keeping them separate. Okay. So the 5 for the main and then the bonus separate. All right. So I did read the question twice, guys. I'm looking for retired black quarterbacks.
I asked him to repeat it. Specifically, when somebody said Cam Newton, I said, Ben, I think you should read the question again.
Cam Newton and Russell Wilson are definitely in the top 100 in passing, but they're not retired.
They're not retired, yeah.
So they are not correct answers to this question. Well, all right.
We only got it on one, so okay.
They the only black quarterbacks I know. Leave me alone.
It's all right. All right. So Warren Moon.
Know it was that many.
Warren Moon is 10th all time in passing. McNabb is 25th. You have Steve McNair. Then just behind him is Randall Cunningham. Then further down you have Dante Culpepper.
Y'all forgot Dante. I had Dante. Y'all forgot him.
Then you have, as Jennifer calls him, the dog abuser, Michael Vick. And then rounding out your top 100 is Jeff Blake. So Moon, McNabb, McNair, Cunningham, Culpepper, Vick, and Blake.
Blake was the quarterback for the Bengals that played forever, throwing the ball to Carl Pickens.
I'm double checking Doug Williams. I know he's not.
Williams only has 16,000.
Okay,
he doesn't have 20.
Yeah, he was a backup for a long time. So
yeah.
All right.
I just learned something.
I'm just proud of myself that I remembered Steve McNair.
Oh, I am too.
I don't know where that came from. I'm just so proud I remembered that.
I was writing down my own answers, and I looked up, and you guys had like McNair, who I had forgotten, and I was struggling. McNabb, you guys were doing great.
Oh, the rest of that was Greg. I'm just proud of McNair.
Well, if you remember, I think Steve McNair went to, is it Alcorn State?
Yep.
So, yeah, maybe there's a connection with, it's in the area near New Orleans-ish. The same area of the country, at least.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
all right, well, after the midpoint, it is 97 for Greg and Kenya to 62 for Jennifer and Kantaad.
Your 12 playoff teams this year, 5 of them had black quarterbacks starting.
How about that?
So
finally got the breakthrough.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe I didn't pick up on that retired.
Dude, y'all said Cam Newton, and I'm like, hey, Ben, you need to read that question again.
I didn't hear it twice.
I didn't hear it either. I guess I was just so focused on trying to remember how many black quarterbacks there were that had success.
Yep.
All right, that is the end of the first half. Before we go on to the second half of today's game, I want to let you know that we have a new sponsor here at Trivial Warfare. That's right, today's show is sponsored by Blinkist. I'm super excited about Blinkist because it solves a problem that I didn't even realize I had. I know I'm busy. I know you're busy. We don't have time to do almost anything now. We're always rushing. We're always trying to fit things in through our busy schedules. And one of the things that I've done a lot less of in the last few years is read. I don't read for fun anymore. I don't read for education. I don't read. I don't have time. Blinkist solves that for me. Blinkist is an app. You download the app, and it breaks down thousands of different nonfiction books into 15-minute blocks. You can get the gist of a whole book, all the main points, in 15 minutes or less. That's fantastic. All of a sudden, the first day I got access to it, I went through 6 books. I did it in about an hour. 6 books. I felt like a boss. It's like plugging in and downloading information right into your brain. So there's like 8 million people using it right now. It's going to blow up. If you haven't heard of it yet, you're going to have heard of it because it's gonna be big. It's a great way to educate yourself. It's a great way to explore the world around you and to learn new things in bite-sized chunks. When you're sitting waiting in the doctor's office, when you're at home waiting for your significant other to get dressed and go to wherever you're going to go, you can get through a whole Blinkist book. One of the things that made me the most excited when I used it was the ability to switch between audio and text. So I started out by reading, and I read the first I read the first book in a series. They call them blinks, a series of pages, and the pages are about a page long, and there's 8 or 9 or 10 of them, and that's the whole book. And I did the first one text, and then I decided I needed to wash some dishes, but I liked the idea of the next book that I wanted to read, so I had already started it, and about halfway through I said, let me switch to audio. It picked up the audio on the exact page I was on. And so I tested it out. I tried to play with it, and I found that no matter where I was in the book, I could switch between the audio and the text, and it would keep me in the right place. That's too cool. I mean, you're doing it when you're in your car, you're doing it when you're washing your dishes, when you're doing laundry. You're receiving whole books worth of information in 15 minutes. One of the first ones I did, because, I love it so much, is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Dale Carnegie, you guys are familiar with that. I've talked about that before. One of the most important books in my life, and they summarize it in a series of blinks, and it's fantastic. You don't have to read the whole book if you don't have time. You can read the blinks. Another one that I have a feeling a few of you might be interested in, Michael Wolff, Fire and Fury. It's out there. In a series of blinks, you can get the whole gist of it. You don't have to get all the detail. You don't have to get all the extra. It gets you down to the key points, the most important things you need to take away, and leaves you with an understanding of that information. So here's the deal. Right now, for a limited time, Blinkist has a special offer just for our audience. Go to Blinkist.com/TWA to start your free 7-day trial. That's Blinkist, spelled BLINKIST. Blinkist.com/TWA to start your free 7-day trial. Guys, I'm telling you, once you've done your 7-day trial, I think you're going to sign up because it's awesome. It's one of the coolest apps on my phone. It's one of the ones I use the most right now. I'm really digging it. Blinkist.com/TWA. All right, let's get going with the second half of today's game.
All right. So, round 4, question 1. Speaking of senators, it is the U.S. Senate.
Oh.
All right. Huh. Hiram Revels became the first black U.S. senator. Within 4 years, in what year was he sworn in?
Okay, we're locking in.
All right. Kantaad and Jennifer?
So, I think this is probably going to be surprisingly old, like happened longer ago than we might think. I don't know why I think that. I feel like I've maybe heard this before, and then it's out of my mind as far as what the year is. I have no clue. Let's guess a year if you don't have a clue either.
Oh, the question is really, because I've never heard of this gentleman.
Yes.
Predominantly black. I went to a predominantly black school where we had black history class, and I do not recall Hiram. You said Rebel? What was his last name then?
Revels, Revels.
Revels. So, do you want to go back to 1800s, early 1900s?
Maybe 1800s, but obviously after. Well, maybe not obviously, but I would think obviously after Lincoln and Civil War and all that. I don't know. Do you want to go like 1892?
He's like, let me put these 4 numbers together.
Unless that's crazy.
No, 1800 sounds good. Let's kick it back a couple years, though.
Okay.
I'm just saying. How about 1888? How about that? Well, because 92, 84, that 4-year range. So we'll still be in 92, but...
because I had it exactly.
I'm just trying to think of some logic. I don't know.
No, I
don't even know who the man is. I'm just guessing.
I still feel as if I owe you for that Martin Luther King question. So I'm going with you.
You ain't never gonna let that go.
I'm going to go with you. We're going to say 1888.
All right.
Okay. Well, something in my brain kind of went off when I heard this question, and I think it's during like the Reconstruction era. And the first thing that came to me was 1870, and that year just kind of locked in my brain. So Greg agreed, and we went with that.
All right. Hiram Revels was sworn into the U.S. Senate in 1870.
Whoa! Right on the money.
Good job.
Very good.
Kenya,
Wow.
that's fantastic.
Wow. She hit it on the year. Okay.
I've been called a time witch before. I remember years.
Wow.
Well, okay.
Oh.
We're going to move right on to the second question.
Yeah,
after
I'm
that.
scared of all witches.
Oh,
I'm
move
just
on,
saying.
move on.
I'm just scared.
As I sit over here drinking Purple Haze with
I
the voodoo
am
doctor.
uncomfortable and nervous at the same time.
All right. Your second question round is in geography. 12 Years a Slave is an 1853 memoir by Solomon Northrop, who was kidnapped and sold to work on plantations in what state?
Can you repeat the question?
12 Years a Slave is an 1853 memoir by Solomon Northrop, who was kidnapped and sold to work on plantations in what state?
Okay.
All right. We're locked in.
All right. So, Kantaad, you know you're in trouble when your partner starts talking in emojis on the chat.
Yeah. So I didn't see 12 Years a Slave.
And neither did I.
Did not read the book. Didn't read any reviews. didn't hear about it in a water cooler chat. Jennifer, I feel like I'm letting you down this time around.
My emoji right.
Yeah, true. But let's guess a state. What sounds good to you?
Well,
I'll go with
Kentucky. So
that was. I don't know why I said that. I don't want to expose my lack of historical knowledge. So we're going for no reason at all with Kentucky.
All right. And Kenya and Greg?
And we said Virginia.
Correct answer. I'm very disappointed in Greg and Kenya.
Oh, wow.
Very disappointed. Because your answer is Louisiana.
Oh.
Very disappointed.
Oh.
So I have to ask.
Nolans.
So, Jennifer, you put in a guess in chat, and then you put 5 flame emojis. And I'm just curious what that means.
going down in flames.
Oh. Okay. Just wanted to double check.
That's amazing.
I thought you got it.
Well, Kantaad got it apparently. But...
I mean, like, I know a lot of things about my home state. I grew up in my home state. I don't know everything about my home state, and I've never read this, seen this, so meh.
Yeah.
You got
I'm over it.
She got 1870. That's all that matters.
Right. That's right. Okay. Your last question in this round is in literature.
literature.
The poem On the Pulse of Morning was written specifically for Bill Clinton's 1993 inauguration by what poet and author?
Okay, so you want to lock in, Kantaad?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's lock in.
We're gonna lock in.
All right. So Kantaad and Jennifer locked in.
All right. Well, we immediately came to one of what has to be. There's only 2 definitive answers for this, and Greg came up with Toni Morrison. I came up with Maya Angelou. I feel like I have a little bit of thunder on Maya Angelou, but if I'm wrong, I never said that. But but we're gonna go with Maya Angelou.
Yeah, we also said Maya Angelou.
Well, this poet and author definitely knows why the caged bird sings. Her name is Maya Angelou.
Nice job.
All right.
Woohoo.
Score check.
All right.
At the end of the fourth round, teams have maintained their distance. Greg and Kenya have 117. Jennifer and Kantaad have 82. 117 to 82.
Your fifth round begins with a question in science.
Science!
Nice.
All right.
Energy.
The Mpemba effect, named after a Tanzanian student, explains what counterintuitive thermodynamic phenomenon which can be proven using any faucet and freezer.
I'm locked in.
Jonathan's locked in.
We're locked in.
All right, Greg and Kenya are locked in.
All right. I don't think we're going to go with my answer, Jennifer, which is it must be jelly because jam don't shake like that.
Oh my God. Floss pin.
This is science, right?
Yes.
Okay,
but I like
continue.
your answer.
All right, I'm done.
Are we there?
You got it. What is that? Your answer?
No. We're going. If Jennifer's okay, we're going to go with her answer, which is hot water freezes faster than cold water. I like it.
All right, so y'all locked in?
Yeah, sure.
Not with the jam and jelly.
All right, so they're locked in. All right, Greg and Kenya.
Okay, so the closest we could come up with the faucet and the freezer is the flash freezing effect. Like when you have, like, say, a water bottle and it looks like it's fluid, but you can just kind of tap it, and then all of a sudden the ice and the crystals just kind of ripple through it, and it like flash freezes. That's the best we could come up with given that scenario. So we locked in flash freezing.
All right. So the Mpemba effect describes the effect when you have a ice tray with cold water in it and an ice tray with hot water in it, and the hot water ice tray freezes more quickly than the cold water ice tray.
Yep.
Hot water freezes faster than cold.
I know something.
Wow.
Opposite
Good job.
thermodynamics.
It is it's easily proven, but
I thought I heard this on y'all show. So somebody didn't ask this question before.
Not with that. Not like that. They
I
didn't.
don't remember it.
We have never had a question about the
I know.
Mpemba effect.
Well, yeah.
Okay, well.
I remember
heard
my
it on
parents telling me this, and it's easily proven, obviously, but scientists still haven't been able to prove why. There's a lot of theories out there around why, but no one has definitively been able to pinpoint what causes that to happen. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
I learned something today.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty hot, I guess, actually.
Well, when you grow up in a poor neighborhood in Chicago, you be messing around with the ice tray. We didn't have
no
ice
fancy
coming out
ice
of the
makers.
refrigerator.
We had 2 ice makers in my house, Benjamin and Ashanti. Those are the ice makers.
They were also the
Oh, you
remote
had-
controls.
what
They
about
were also the
remote control?
dishwashers. 2 dishwashers, too.
And the TV changer,
That's right.
don't forget that.
That's right. Yep, and you know that knob pop off? What happens when the knob pops off? Get the pliers.
And get those pliers.
Get those pliers.
or when the TV breaks and you got the small TV on top of the big
Yes.
Yeah.
My black F-150, I had pliers in there for the last 10 years I had it because the knob on the headlights popped off, and I had to use pliers on the headlights every time for 10 years.
Oh my
Could have went to the
God.
junkyard for like $1 and gotten that.
I know it was it wasn't the knob that had the problem. So it's like a cross,
Right.
and it slips on the cross.
Right.
Well, one of the things on the cross had broken off,
one
so
of the
you
teeth
put a
broke
new
off.
knob, and it's just going to slide off.
Got it. Okay, that's more serious. Okay, your second question in this round is fun with flags.
Ooh, thank you, doctor.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Our smart person's unhappy, Ben.
Oh yeah, I see that.
That flags are not my strong suit. I was just telling someone this the other day. I need to get better at flags.
You
Anyway.
should have gotten better at flags.
I know.
The design of South Africa's flag was changed in 1994 to coincide with the nation's general elections following Mandela's release. How many colors are in the South African flag?
Is this within so many?
No, there's no within
I know. Do we
one,
have a
within
range?
two. I
Okay.
need an
Can we
exact
get a
number.
range on this?
Okay. We with much dread and trepidation lock in.
All right, they're locking in with trepidation.
It's a new word. Dreadidation. Dreadidation.
Dreadidation.
Dreadidation.
Yep.
I'm like tired of having to talk it out because I feel like I'm making myself look like an idiot each time.
You can tell he's getting frustrated because the hood accent started to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
welcome to my world.
I know that accent is getting deeper.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't even know.
He dropped his corporate code switching like 4 questions ago.
That's the first time I've done it without alcohol.
Oh, there you go.
Jennifer, I was guessing 4. You were guessing 6. Do you know 6? Or do you want to say 5?
I know 5 for sure. 1, I'm not sure about. Because I know there's red. Wait a minute, they did lock in, right?
Yes.
Yes, we're in.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
It's red, green, black, yellow, and blue. But I believe there's white in there also. And I'm not sure. I can see it because my husband actually has this flag in the basement, and I see it all the time. I'm sure about the first 4 colors. It's a red, black, green, and yellow. The blue and the white, I'm a little hesitant on, but I don't know.
It sounds like you got more thunder than I do. So
Just not sure about the white. That's the only color I'm a little hesitant on.
let's go with what you said. Let's go with 6. We're locking in
All right,
6.
locking in 6. Greg and Kenya?
And we said 5.
You said 5. All right. Well, South African flag starts out with the green Y shaped shape on it. And that goes kind of all the way across the flag. Behind the top part of the Y, you got a black triangle trimmed in gold. So you got green, black, and gold on it. And then you've also got the top portion of the flag above the green is red. Bottom portion is blue. But the green Y is trimmed in white. So that is a total of 6 colors. Red, white, blue, gold, green, and black.
So I missed. Did I say black?
I don't know what colors
Sorry,
you said,
Greg.
but
You got it right. Yeah,
So
you
it is
said
6.
You said 6.
You said 5. You said black. Actually, it's a beautiful flag.
It is.
It really
It was
is.
designed to represent general African history. So the red, white, and blue are derived from the Union Jack, and the other colors were derived from the different independent flags of the independent nations, the Afrikaners and the Boers that were there.
That was a big get for you. That was the first question in that round?
That was the second question round.
What was the first question?
Hot water freezes faster than cold. They got that one too.
Did they both get it? No.
No.
Oh, wow. This is a big round for Jennifer and Kantaad.
They're making a charging.
Oh, my goodness.
Charging hard.
I have learned flags better on my list of homework to do from this game.
Nice.
Right after watch my baby daddy
It's
video.
amazing. Oh, it's so, it's so
He
good.
could tell you the wrestler by the tights, but he can't tell you the country by the flag.
Yes.
That's right.
Indeed. Okay. Your last question in the round is in sports.
Words.
Richard Petty is the undisputed king of NASCAR, left turning his number 43 to the most cup wins ever. What black driver is now doing the left turns in the 43 car?
Wow. 3 car. 43 car.
I just recently learned this guy's black.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who it is.
You'll know it. When I say his name, you'll know it. It'll be familiar to you.
Is it
Sorry. I thought Greg was typing in an answer. And then it comes up, it's like I have a stock car full of nothing.
Kantaad, I believe I know this one. And there's a
and he's bowing down.
I'm just saying, I'm not making all promises. I just
type it
I
in.
think
Let
I
him
know
see.
it.
Let him see what you're thinking.
Yeah, stock car full of nothing. That's
brilliant.
That's
a show title.
I think
That's a
just
great title.
Yes.
I personally like Hurt better, but I will concede that. Yes.
Do you want to lock that in, Jennifer?
Yeah, we can lock it.
I have no idea. So
All right. So
all right.
They're locked in. So Greg and Kenya, you can drive your car full of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to talk out loud about how little we know.
Nope. I mean, this is obvious, but I know that there is a relatively famous black NASCAR driver. I have no idea what his name is.
You know more than me now,
Okay.
because I did not know that, like, at all.
Let's see. I mean, I can't even place it anywhere. I mean, my initial thought would be Lucky Johnson, but I don't know. Not in that way, but what have I done? I don't know.
Johnsons can be lucky sometimes.
I think we've lost Jennifer. Let me think. The thing is, I thought I was going to say something really intelligent just then, and no, I've got so much nothing. It's not even funny. No, I haven't seen NASCAR in forever.
Now I'm trying to think of the really famous ones. I'm wondering, are any of them black? And I just didn't realize that.
Well, Dale Earnhardt's not black. Jeff Gordon's not black.
Jimmy Johnson isn't.
Well, he could be Lucky Johnson. I don't know.
Man, if y'all gonna name all the NASCAR drivers aren't black, y'all gonna be here a while. It's like naming all the U.S. presidents.
All the presidents aren't black.
Well, no, that's a much shorter list.
Yeah,
that's only like 40 something. Oh my God.
There's like Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch. They're not black. I don't.
Y'all are seriously gonna do this?
I know that. Okay. I know the name Kieslowski, but it's only because I met him once. But he's not black. This is not going to get us anywhere. I'm inclined to just say Johnson and put ourselves out of our misery.
That sounds good.
All right, we're locking in with Johnson.
All right, Jennifer and Kantaad.
I'll let you say it, Jennifer, because you're the brain for our team this week.
Well, there's a story behind this. This summer, they sent some of us for work down to Texas, down to Dallas, and one of my coworkers wanted to go to the NASCAR place down there, and of course I was the only black person in the group, so the tour guide felt it was important to point out this African American NASCAR race, and I hope this is the right person because I kind of paid attention to it, but I didn't. But I believe the last name is Scott.
Johnson versus Scott.
So we, when we saw your chat, we did take the liberty of looking up Wendell Scott. Jonathan did. I didn't know who he was, but he was actually the first black driver to win the highest level of win a race at what is now known as a Cup Series. So that wasn't a terrible guess. However, we are looking for the current driver of the number 43 car, who is Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace.
Of course.
Wendell Scott died in 1990.
Yep, and he looks eerily like John C. Reilly.
He looks just like John C. Reilly.
Yes.
I mean, lot like John C. Reilly.
Dead ringer.
And Bubba Wallace is apparently a handsome guy. He's a good-looking guy.
He's a bit of a looker.
I remember them mentioning that name, too. That's why I kind of went back and forth, but I wasn't sure. So, okay.
It was good. It was good. I liked it.
It was better than nothing.
I mean, exactly.
I take a tiny bit of solace in that we didn't get completely swept in the round, though we got nothing right. But
right.
You know, when an African American family decides to name their child Bubba, I gotta wonder if they're influenced by Forrest Gump.
Could have been. Well, his dad was white.
I gotta save Bubba.
There's all kinds of ways you can make shrimp. Ball shrimp.
I was thinking
Creole.
of
all kinds of ways.
Sanford and Son.
Shrimp Creole, shrimp étouffée, fried shrimp, boiled shrimp.
All right, after the fifth round.
Everything keeps going back to Louisiana.
After the fifth round, this is tighter now. It is 117 to 102.
Ooh.
Jennifer and Kantaad is a 102. You guys have a chance.
Yeah.
All right, so coming up on your last round. First question is history.
History.
And your question is simply, who was the first African American to win a Nobel Peace Prize? Greg is really good at putting pressure on his teammate.
He really is. For you guys listening, we have chat channels up for these folks so that we can see them chat since they're all in different places. And so it's interesting to see the teams communicate with each other.
Okay, we're locked in.
All right. Kantaad and Jennifer?
I have no idea. I'm trying to think if it could be somebody before Dr. King, and I feel like it probably is. But Jennifer, do you want to go with Martin Luther King Jr. as our guess? Because it is a guess. I have no thunder.
I don't either. He's the only one that I am aware of. Trying to think if there's anyone else before him. Dr. King would be too obvious, so I'm going to use game theory, and I would not think that would be the answer because it's too obvious. That would be the first thing that comes to people's mind. So it has to be somebody before him. I just don't know who.
Or is it reverse game theory because you think, oh, that's too obvious, so people will talk themselves out of it?
Could be.
Du Bois did come up in my head, but I don't think that's right. Do you remember when they started giving out the award?
Please.
Yeah.
She said, please.
I almost said something else, please.
Yeah, we'd have to send. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was just us, maybe you could do that, but yeah.
That would have been a hilarious moment, though. We would have laughed forever.
Yes. Let's just say Martin Luther King Jr. and then listen to what the answer is.
Just want to say King.
Yeah.
So if you're going to lock in with that, I'll require you to pronounce it correctly. It's Martin Luther the King.
Yeah. That's like kind.
All right.
Are you sure you don't want to go with John? John King Jr.
All right. Greg and Kenya.
Okay. So this is going to turn out horribly if I'm wrong, but this is what I think happened. So a few days ago, I was listening to the old shows that were done, the past Black History shows, and there was a question on there about Ralph Ellison. And when I looked up Ralph Ellison, because, I look up and I try to research and get some facts stuck in my head, I accidentally typed in Ralph Bunche. And so then I was reading the biography on Ralph Bunche, and I want to say that it said that he won in 1950 for the Arab-Israeli peace talks. I think that's what I read. Hopefully my brain is not making up all of this. But if that's the case, then what it boils down to is we answered Ralph Bunche, hopefully correct.
All right. So this person did win the Nobel Peace Prize in 1950 for mediating the Arab-Jewish conflict, and his name is Ralph Bunche.
Great.
Wow, very good. Very good.
When you wrote it down, I looked it up. I'm like, I've never heard of this person. Boom. Right answer.
I never heard of him either.
Fantastic.
And
job.
I only stumbled on him because of listening to that previous question about Ralph Ellison. It was just a lucky journey, I guess.
You did great.
Nice.
All right. Your second question in the round is, a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Oh, I don't know. Never mind. I mean, it's been going okay for me.
Thank you for spoiling the whole catch of the United Negro College Fund. That's just their tagline or whatever.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, Lou Rawls would slap you like Rick James did.
Like the 5 fingers?
Yep. You get a Rick James slap for that.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
Rick, I'm sorry.
As of August 2018, what MEAC school leads all HBCUs in student enrollment with over 11,000? And by MEAC, that is the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference.
So
good, man.
I hope y'all are not laughing at me.
Nope. I'm laughing at year-old jokes.
Okay. Well, locked in.
All right. Jennifer and Kantaad?
All right. So, it's not Hillman.
You don't think Denise had anything to do with this?
Dwayne.
I don't
Dwayne.
have a good guess. Tuskegee's coming to mind. Mississippi State, or is it Mississippi Valley State is coming to mind? But that's only coming to mind because I think Jerry Rice went there, which has nothing to do with the question. And I read this list of schools, but that was last year, and none of them are coming to mind. And I don't know. Go ahead.
I don't know.
She adjusted her microphone so we could hear her and then said, I don't know.
I don't know why Tuskegee is popping into my head. Tuskegee Institute. This may not even be a college, but this is what's popping into my head. That's the only thing that's popping in my head right now. The only thing. It's otherwise empty.
You can go with Tuskegee. I mean, I never heard of Tuskegee having to do with athletics, so I'm assuming this is a athletic college that he's asking about.
That makes sense. So I don't know if I want to say that either. But
I mean, I like Mississippi better than Tuskegee.
Yeah, I just don't remember the specific name of the school. Mississippi. I want to add Valley.
Ole Miss, something like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Ole Miss. But I don't know. Is that a historically black college or university?
You keep asking me. I don't think so.
I think we need to just say something and take our 0.
You want to go back to Tuskegee then?
No, I like Mississippi State.
Okay.
That sounds like something.
Are we going to lock in?
Yeah, let's go with that. Mississippi State.
All right.
Locked in.
All right. Greg and Kenya?
I'm pretty sure Mississippi Valley State is in the SWAC and not the MEAC. I guess those are the two big HBCU school conferences. So with the MEAC, I was thinking of UMES and maybe North Carolina A&T, but we settled on Florida A&M.
All right. So, yeah, Mississippi Valley State is in the SWAC. If you've listened to the show, I think I've mentioned on here that I did attend Florida A&M for 3 years before I flunked out. And I didn't quit school. They kicked me out. So I just like to point that out because I'm not a quitter. And when I went there, the enrollment was over 12,000. I think it was number one back in the 90s when I was there. But it has declined since then. And now the HBCU that leads enrollment is indeed North Carolina A&T.
Oh.
Everybody's like,
So nobody got it right?
Back missing that. Not one iota.
Okay. Whatever.
Ben's like, I guess I made that a little bit hard.
I guess so.
I feel like I haven't had anything since SLAP.
It knocked all the brains out of you.
All right.
The vibe picking in his face.
That's right. Okay. Your last question before the final question is in geography.
Geography.
All right. What white abolitionists led revolts during the Bleeding Kansas skirmishes before being executed following an unsuccessful slave revolt at Harper's Ferry?
Locked in. Sorry, I didn't even ask my partner.
It's okay. It's okay.
Well, he had shifted the pressure to you before you even started typing, so.
That's true.
So they're locked in. Kantaad and Jennifer?
Partner. You got my back.
Yeah, Kansas.
This one. Excuse me? What you say, Ben?
Excuse me.
I'm trying to think of a name. Because that's what the question requires for an answer.
That is deep. Yeah, that's great game theory.
Mm-hmm.
How many white abolitionist names do you know?
Really?
That's his teammate laughing at him, folks.
His own teammate laughing.
About none.
I even feel like I heard this before. This is not my day. I was gonna study up before I played, and instead I was wasting my time playing video games. And I wish I took that time to study up.
I can't help you on this
Wasting away again in Red Dead Redemption.
You want to just lock in something? Because this is getting dragged out for nothing.
How about Marshall? The last name Marshall.
Okay.
Sounds like those times. We'll lock in with Marshall.
All right.
So this is just part of that set of like Black history factoids that got stuck in my brain once upon a time, but I think we both kind of knew it at the same time. We're going to lock in with Brown. I'm pretty sure it's John Brown at Harpers Ferry, West Virginia, but we're going to say Brown.
All right. So Malcolm X was once asked by a white reporter if white people who were down with the cause would be welcomed into the Nation of Islam. And he said, we're not going to have any white people in the Nation of Islam, but if John Brown were still alive, we might invite him in. The correct answer is John Brown.
John Brown.
All right.
What can Brown do for you?
The most generic name in history.
Right, yeah.
It really is.
Absolutely.
There is a current NFL football player named John Brown.
Oh, yeah. He's big time.
Oh.
His nickname is Smokey. Smokey Brown.
Smokey Brown. Okay.
And by the way, just I feel like this is my one chance to say it. Jim Brown, greatest of all time.
Yes.
Don't care what anybody says.
Without a doubt.
Put it out there.
Without a doubt. Yeah. The whole Jim Brown, Jerry Rice, I've had that argument many times with many people.
Jerry Rice is my favorite player, but I would still go with Jim Brown.
Yeah, I love Jerry Rice. He's like Mr. Personality, but
At the end of the sixth round, 137 for Greg and Kenya to 102 for Jennifer and Kantaad. 137 to 102.
At least we didn't get swept. So.
Oh no, that wasn't gonna happen.
You're still very much in the game. It's still anybody's game for sure.
You know, Jennifer, though, like after question one, she's like, "It's over." It's over. Like that's just the way she is.
Did you not see the flames?
She said, "Oh yeah."
You forgot about the flames.
I forgot just that fast. It was awesome. Okay, your category for the gauntlet is the color purple.
We're locked in with our wager.
All right, thank you.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay, so we got both wagers locked in. So here's your first question from the category, the color purple. The album Purple Rain indirectly led to the creation of parental advisory stickers when the daughter of what future second lady was caught singing along to the hypersexual Darling Nikki?
If Jennifer is okay with this, we can lock that one in.
So Kantaad and Jennifer, are y'all locked in?
Yes, we're locked in.
Okay.
All right, we can lock in.
Okay.
All right. Here's your second question. From 1991 to 2001, David Joyner never showed his face, but still managed to be a worldwide phenomenon as what children's character?
I like that. Okay, we can lock in.
All right, we're locked in.
All right.
Jennifer, I think we both have the same guess, which is Barney, the dinosaur. Is there anybody else that you want to put out there? I mean, keeping in mind with the category name, I'm just trying to think if there's any other purple characters.
Grimace.
Oh yeah.
I remember the last time I was clean shaven, and this is about my African American friend, so it fits this story.
All right.
Actually, he was my employee at the time, and I walked in clean shaven to work for the first time in years and years and years, and he just started laughing at me, just like falling on the floor laughing. And finally, when he got the words out, he said, "You look like Grimace from Ronald McDonald." That was 15 years ago. I have not shaved since.
You hurt your feelings that bad.
I have never shaved again.
So I had a similar experience when I went clean shaven for the first time, but it was far more crude a comparison that was made for my face.
Oh,
it was bad.
Oh,
Yeah, it was bad.
No, I can guess.
So bad that I could risk offending some of the people that are sitting here right now. It was that bad.
You have to type it in. I want to know now.
Oh, she's curious.
She's like, I want to be offended.
Because if it's that bad, it's going to offend. I want to know.
Yeah, it was an anatomical reference.
Well, I mean, based on what your face looks like, I can guess.
Really?
I'm just teasing.
Our answer
let's just say
is locked in.
It gave a new definition of peach fuzz. Let's just put it that way.
For sure.
Oh my God.
All right, so y'all locked in?
Thanos also has
The
this
show
problem.
has gone blue.
Yeah. So we're locked in, right, Jennifer?
Yeah.
All right, so y'all both locked in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's your last question in the gauntlet. To this day, Ben's mom despises Danny Glover for his role as Mr. in The Color Purple. What was Mr.'s first name?
Oh, dang. I was good until this question.
I got to think of it. Oh, man. What's his name?
Oh, my God.
Man.
I don't even know what they were laughing
We should
at.
post that somehow. We need to put that on the page or something. Oh, that's so good.
See, that's not fair, Kantaad. We're getting left out of the joke.
That's okay.
Shoot, they might be talking about you. You never know. You could be part of the joke.
That's about y'all.
All right. I don't think I'm giving it away, but his name was not Kantaad.
All right.
Or Hoopachu.
Or Hoopachu.
How long, when kids would like ask you what your middle name was, how hard would you fight not to share it with them?
I was stupid. I shared
Oh, man.
anytime somebody was interested.
I mean, that's not stupid. It's your name.
Right.
You know, it's
Oh,
just,
yeah. True.
But then
takes
after the
people off
first
guard
couple of
'cause they're
times they looked at him, like immediately after you said that, they had to look at you like.
But it didn't. I mean, nobody that was mean to me really ever asked. So I probably wouldn't have shared it with somebody that I thought would have been.
I got you. I mean, I got picked on for being Eugene, for God's sake, so I can only imagine.
I was Herbert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Why do
Herbert.
all of our middle names have to suck, dude?
I don't know. That's why I try to give Alexis Brielle.
Okay.
You know?
So I actually have a quick story on mine.
Ooh, all right.
My middle name comes from, well, my whole name really comes from Gladys Knight, because until my mom's like this huge Gladys Knight like super fan, has always been, and right before I was born, like my name was going to be Gladys. That was going to be my bona fide name. Gladys Knight's name is Gladys Maria Knight, and so my name was going to be Gladys Maria Knight, and I'm sorry, Gladys Maria Hitchens. and so my cousin was like, oh, well, you know, there are no babies being born with the name Gladys. It's kind of an older name. Maybe think of something else. And so Gladys Knight's daughter's name is Kenya. So my first name is Kenya after Gladys Knight's daughter, and my middle name is Maria after Gladys Knight.
Oh, that's nice. Maria's a great middle name.
Yeah.
I'd take Maria.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, it'd be a little weird for you, but okay.
I don't think so. It's better than Eugene.
I work there's a VP in my job named Tracy as a guy. So
All the Tracys are like, hey.
I'm just saying, it happens.
All right, did y'all both lock in? Did we have, I think, no half of them?
Jennifer, we're good, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, we're locked in.
All right, we're trying to settle.
I'm fine with that. What your last one was?
Fine. Fine. I give. We're locked in. Hold on. Let me make sure we're locked in. Okay, we're locked in.
All right. So I'm going to read the questions back. You reveal your answers. Purple Rain led indirectly to the creation of parental advisory stickers when the daughter of what future second lady was caught singing along to Darling Nikki? So Jennifer and Kantaad.
I know for a fact that this was Tipper Gore. My quick story, real quick, is I was at a talk show in San Francisco, and she was on, and I was 14 years old, and we got the chance to ask questions, and this was the subject. And I said, Tipper, don't you think that by putting, I didn't say Tipper, but I said, don't you think by putting labels on albums, we're going to encourage kids that might be more curious to look at albums that they wouldn't have even thought to look at before. And she sort of dismissed me and said something like, frankly, I give kids more intelligence than that. So I even when she was just the second lady, I just didn't like her since that, because she kind of rolled her head at me. So
yeah, she just kind of dismissed you.
Yeah, she irritated me. But anyway, yes, Tipper Gore.
Yeah, you know what? That's interesting, because she would look in the eyes of a teenage kid when you're asking a question about what teenage kids' tendencies are and dismiss you as if you wouldn't be a better reference for what a teenage kid's tendency is. That's really
exactly.
stupid.
And if her statement was true, if that was something that you could think more highly of them, then why are you putting it there in the first place?
Exactly.
Hypocrite.
Yep.
Exactly.
Hypocrite.
All right. So, Greg and Kenya, what did you say?
We also said Tipper Gore. I wasn't on a talk show with Tipper. But yeah, I remember a few rappers going after Tipper Gore because of that. So yeah, it was Tipper Gore.
All right.
Where was I at? I don't even remember all of this.
I kind of remember this. I just didn't remember that specific exchange, but I kind of remember, like, Tupac even had a song he was dissing, let's say, Bill Clinton, Mr. Bob Dole, you too old to understand the way the game goes, something like that.
Yeah.
I think, was that How Do You Want It?
Yeah, that was How Do You Want It.
Okay, all right. Why wasn't that a question?
I don't know. We had no Tupac questions.
I'd have to go back and listen to that song to figure out how he got to that point on that song specifically. Because it's not like Brenda's Got a Baby or something that was like, something where he was like talking about the culture. Okay, so y'all both locked in with that. All right, second question. From 91 to 2001, David Joyner never showed his face, but still managed to be a worldwide phenomenon as what cartoon or what children's character? So, Kantaad and Jennifer, what did you say?
We said Barney.
All right, and Greg and Kenya?
We said Barney, the big purple dinosaur, Barney.
All right. Third question. Ben's mom hates Danny Glover because he was Mr. What was Mr.'s first name? Kantaad and Jennifer?
Have the same feelings about that character, and it really made it hard for me to watch him in any other movie, especially Lethal Weapon, which is one of my top 10 favorite movies. Yes, I like Lethal Weapon. Like that for. But he said his first name was Albert.
Albert.
All right. And Greg and Kenya?
And our logic, strangely enough, was very similar to that. We knew that he played Roger Murdoch in Lethal Weapon, so we said his name must always be Roger, and we called him Roger.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So, let's go.
It's going to come down to question 3.
Yep. The second lady we're looking for with the Purple Rain album is Tipper Gore. For 10 years, David Joyner did, in fact, play Barney. And Mr.'s first name in the color purple was Albert.
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, no!
Oh, my goodness! All right, it's going to be about the wagers. Let's start with Kenya and Greg. Kenya and Greg, you were going into the gauntlet with 137 points. What did you wager?
So we were thinking we had a 35-point difference going in. If we get it wrong, they would have to get it all right to win if we wagered 34.
And you did wager 34, so you finished with 103 points. Before we find out what they wagered, it's currently 103 to 102. If they bet 0, you will have won. Let's see what they bet. Jennifer and Kantaad, you had 102. What did you wager?
Jennifer?
He wagered 36.
36 points with a final score of 138 to 103. Jennifer and Kantaad are our repeat champions in the Black History Month episode.
Congratulations.
Oh, wait, no, I need to give him a slow clap.
Oh, my God.
They won. I mean, they can't believe that.
So I just have to ask, Jennifer, how did you come up with Albert? Because I thought that was going to stump everybody. How did you come up with that?
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, okay.
And I think in the movie, Shug called him Albert when they met.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I believe that.
How old were you when you saw that movie, Jennifer? The reason I ask is like for a lot of us, it's like looking back at when you were a kid.
Yeah, I was in elementary school.
Right. But if she was in her like late teens or 20s, that could be like a seminal memory experience.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But you gotta remember too, what I said about Lethal Weapon and then him playing in that movie.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I really did have a hard time respecting him as an actor, even though I knew it was just a movie. But yeah.
And that's the thing. I don't even remember the gravity of it, just because I was like a little kid when The Color Purple came out, and I need to rewatch it honestly because I think there's just so much that either went over my head or that just I didn't quite get the way it was that it was meant for me to get it because I was just too young.
Mm-hmm.
My fondest memory of that movie is when the character of Suge first walked in, looked at Whoopi Goldberg, and just said, "You show is ugly."
Indeed.
Yes, as a kid, I remember that quite well.
I seen the movie and I seen the play too. So
see, I got whoopings as a kid, so I was trying to figure out why is it that I didn't appropriate the viciousness of him beating her, and I think part of it has to do with, first of all, as a child, you don't understand domestic violence when you're 7.
Spanking is,
but
not
also
the same,
spanking is like, okay, well, my mom hits me all the time, so sort of this. I don't, so this makes sense.
Wow, so that was the big. I mean, you guys, the game was going, and Greg and Kenya seemed like they had it on lockdown. And you guys pulled it out at the end. I'm so freaking excited for y'all to win that game. That was dramatic. That was really great.
And the thing about it is that our wager actually was good in the sense that basically the only way for them, based on their wager too, it's like if we would have both gotten it right, we would have won. If we would have both lost, we would have won. But but they got that crucial last question right, and that's what did it.
You played it 100% right. Well done. All right, guys. Well, let's jump into any kind of shout outs that you want to do or causes that you want to promote. You want to say hi to anybody? Now's the time. So, Greg, we'll start with you, my friend.
Well, first, I just want to say thank you for having me on. It was a fun experience, the result notwithstanding. As far as a shout out, I'll just say hi, Mom. Besides that, just, I guess a general let's all be nice to each other sort of thing. The world is a little tense right now, as it's been for a while. But it's just, if we all could just be a little bit nicer to each other, I think we'll be all right.
I like that. What's your mom's name?
Mildred.
Hi, Mildred. Shout out from us, too.
That's such a great black Bob name, Mildred. That's just Gretchen. Those are just good black mom
How do you think
names.
she felt about it when she was like 20 years old, though?
Well, have her class was named Mildred too. So Betty, Mildred, Gretchen, Gladys. There's only there's only 8 black female names that were born before 1960. It's not like there's a big diversity.
That's funny.
Sally,
Kantaad, your turn.
First, I just want to thank Kenya and Greg because that one, wow, and also my
1870. Sorry, I can't let that one.
And also to my partner who carried me through the day, Jennifer. I really appreciate that. I had so much fun today, you guys. I also want to thank and shout out the Trivial Warfare Army. The community on Facebook is just great, and I've made some friends through there. I really appreciate it, and was so excited to meet up with you guys in Boston, and I'm looking forward to going to Vegas to try Geek Bowl again. Shout out to Gary Middleton for his puzzles in that group, and one of my teammates for this year in Vegas again.
Love it. Very cool. All right, Jennifer.
Well, I just want to say thank y'all for having me back on the show again. I really appreciate it, and I ain't gonna lie, this game was a lot harder than last year. So I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm glad I did kind of study up a little bit. And I have to say I am very jealous about y'all going to Vegas, especially so early, because we're supposed to be going later in the year, and it would have been so nice if I could have had a chance to meet y'all in person.
Well, speaking of Vegas later in the year, the entire Trivial Warfare team here is going to be there in August for Trivia Nationals. So, we're going to have a lot of people come down for Trivia Nationals. We're hoping to see everybody there. We're going to be doing a live show in front of a studio audience for the first time ever at Trivia Nationals in Vegas in August.
Yep.
Hopefully it'll be the week I'll be there.
Maybe.
But I have to agree with Kantaad. I do appreciate the Trivial Warfare family. I don't get on Facebook as much as I used to anymore, but it does help a lot, especially when you're trying to answer those trivia questions. And the funny part is I just saw an ad here in Wichita. They're looking for a trivia host. I think they opened up a new bar here. Ooh. And so I actually applied for the job. So we'll see if I can phone call.
I hope you get it. That would be awesome.
Because it's part-time.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
All right, Kenya, your turn.
Well, I just want to say hello to all of my geeky and nerdy friends. I have a wide network of people who are either in Mensa or otherwise kind of like either high IQ or geek or whatever. And so just to say hi to all those guys. Hi, Mom! And to my family in New Orleans and in Houston. Also, I do want to do a quick plug for my band locally. I am the vocalist and lead singer of a classic rock band.
Ooh, wow. Yes.
Called Whiskey Moon.
What's it called?
Whiskey Moon, Whiskey with an E. And you can find us on Facebook at Whiskey Moon STL, so WHISKEYMOON on Facebook. And we're currently working on booking some gigs out for 2019. When the weather gets a little better, hopefully you'll see a little more of us. So that's kind of like my side passion. But other than that, just, if you're local, hopefully you come out and see us sometime. I think that's about it.
That's very exciting.
You might possibly be the only black female lead of a classic rock band. That's you're probably the only one.
Wait, what about the black?
I don't think I'm
the Black Keys. No, not the Black Keys. Who are the one? Isn't there one right now? Like a popular one?
Well, there's Fits and the Tantrums, which is not really rock. They're kind of this fusion, but that's a black lead singer along with a white male lead singer. But I don't know who you're thinking of, but they exist.
Yeah, darn right they do.
Your question. There you go.
I'm not exactly a classic rock expert either, so there's that.
I mean, I love music. I love all different types of music. Well, maybe not country, but I love music, and so it's just a way to kind of broaden my exposure, and I love it. I love it. I love the guys I sing with. So
very cool. Whiskey Moon.
Love it.
Yes.
All right. Well, that is going to wrap up our third annual Black History Month episode. Thank you all so much for coming on. For Greg and Kantaad and Jennifer and Kenya and Ben, once again, great job, my man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm Jonathan, and this has been another episode of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Trivial Warfare. To learn more about the show and become a warhead yourself, visit trivialwarfare.com. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes or in any other good podcast app. And find us on Facebook or Twitter by searching Trivial Warfare. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. If you need help with your podcast, find it at propodcastingservices.com.
Sorry, dude.
I didn't want to bring...
I mean, I know we're really good looking, so...
Yep, especially me.
Yeah, I know you want to see us.
Oh, that's okay. I just didn't want to...
I got my legs out today and everything.
Got his legs out.
Yep,
they are
feet ashy.
They're Isaac Hayes, Harry.
But,
yeah.
Hey, children.
Yeah, no problem. They're short, though, so there's not a lot.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right.
29
Thanks for that
really
image.
hard to find people.
All right.
Go ahead and take us into the game, dude.
All right.
I'm trying not to stretch my arm too much. That's why I'm leaning forward when you can't see me.
I was wondering what the gymnastics were all about, but yeah.
Well, I hurt my shoulder yesterday. And I had an appointment for a massage, but I had to move it back because somebody had to eat lunch.
Somebody had to eat. Oh my God, they're so demanding.
Shade. Man, they don't have DoorDash and Uber Eats in Wichita?
No, they don't have DoorDash in Wichita. Come on. They don't have anything in Wichita.
They got to have at least an Uber Eats. It's a college town.
According to Jennifer, they don't even have stoplights.
Jennifer, to open your own establishment.
They have cobblestone streets. They're still a horse and buggy.
You live in a one-horse town. Right. And one horse is outside my house.
Oh, one horse town.
She's like, that horse is a nag.
Play up.
Round one, question one. No, you're good. You're good. I try not to overkill it because I want it to.
This should have been the episode that we had Chris do the thing for
players.
Let me see if I can get a drop. Let me see if I can record it. Get him to record that on time.
Oh my God.
For him to do on the Black History episode, for him to come in like players. Yes. It would make everybody laugh.
That would be great. Actually, you would just need that. Players. That's it. Okay. I switched the questions at the last minute. My first question, I was actually going to lead off with a question about Cam Newton. And that was going to be, the title was apparently you can't count on a black quarterback because I wanted to ask about Cam Newton. And then I was going to call this one, Cam Newton is a whippersnapper. That's why I was telling you about the whippersnapper. And then talking about retired black quarterback. So I guess had I done that, it would have helped you guys, but I didn't.
But listening would have also helped. I got beer in his mouth. It's going to come out. Speaking of dead football players, I was talking to Pete Alexa last night. We were playing together. He came and visited, and we were talking about this and that. And one of the things that came up was football conversations. And I told him that we had accidentally predicted the death of Fred Lane. We used to make crass statements in a lot of our jokes. And so like at a fantasy football draft, somebody had drafted Fred Lane and the joke had come up. It was like, man, isn't he dead? How are you going to draft a dead guy? He wasn't dead at the time. He was perfectly healthy. He died a week later. Oh man. It's like, oh no. I didn't know he had that kind of power.
What they think you were talking about, like Night Train Lane, like an older player?
No. We would pick on people making bad draft picks.
Oh, gotcha.
So you make them feel bad by saying like that person's not even playing anymore.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's just an expansion of that.
Gotcha. It's kind of like Inside the NBA's who he played for. Like, what are you doing, man?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
It's like that helped nobody.
Yep. That's awesome.
Jennifer has a lovely window.
Mm-hmm.
We were making a joke because all we ever see is your window. You when you start typing, your head goes all the way off the screen.
I guess she's really good at throwing out in your windows.
No.
You've been throwing bad jokes all day, man.
I know. My bad jokes are funny, dude.
That was funny.
Oh,
in your
man.
window.
Well, actually, we laughed
in
at
your
his
window.
So bad.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. The murderer's at the door.
Coming.
It's the postman.
Why does he knock on the door?
Like the police.
Wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Is he scared somebody's going to steal your mail?
That was a 5 knock police knock right there. That was
No.
Yeah.
That was the 5. The 5 is not a good sign.
Nope, because that means it's the 5-0.
That's right.